As you begin your job search or re-evaluate your happiness at your current place of employment, it's important to keep an eye out for potential red flags that might indicate problems with a company's culture, management, or business practices. By being aware of these red flags, you can make more informed choices about whether a company is the right fit for you. In this video edited by our youngest, we'll be sharing some examples of red flags to watch out for, but keep in mind that these are just examples and not an exhaustive list. It's up to you to use your own judgment and discretion when evaluating potential employers. So, what are some red flags to look out for? Well, here are a few examples. 1. An employee quits or gets fired, and the company doesn't hire anyone to replace them, leaving the remaining employees with more work without any changes to pay or benefits. This happens all the time. An employee quits a company and the company does not hire a replacement, leaving the remaining employees to take on the additional workload without any additional compensation. 2. If a company has a history of being sued or suing others, this could be a red flag for potential issues within the company. However, it is important to note that this is not always the case. It may be worth investigating the reasons behind any legal disputes to get a better understanding of the situation. For example, if a small consulting firm has been sued by former clients for breach of contract, it could be a sign of potential problems within the company. However, without more information, it is difficult to make a definitive judgment, but definitely take this information into account. 3. If a company does not show respect for your time during the interview process, this could be a red flag. For example, if you are made to wait for long periods without being offered basic amenities like water or coffee, or if you are not given an explanation for the delay, this could indicate a lack of consideration for your time and needs. It is important to pay attention to how a company treats you during the interview process, as it can be indicative of their values and the type of work environment they offer. 4. If a company regularly brings alcohol into the office for end-of-week celebrations, this could be a sign of an unhealthy work culture. For example, if a tech company brings alcohol into the office on Friday afternoons for end-of-week celebrations, this could indicate a lack of focus on productivity or a lack of support for employees who do not drink alcohol. While occasional celebrations with alcohol may be acceptable in some companies, it is important to pay attention to whether this is a consistent occurrence, as it may be a red flag for an unhealthy work culture. 5. If multiple employees don't acknowledge or greet you when you visit the company, or seem unhealthy and tired, this could be a sign of a negative work culture. For example, if you visit a startup for an interview and the employees you pass in the hallway do not acknowledge you or greet you with a smile or hello, this could indicate a lack of support or respect within the company. It is important to pay attention to how employees interact with each other and with visitors, as it can be a reflection of the company's overall culture. 6. If there are discrepancies between what was represented during the recruitment process and the actual terms and conditions of the job, this could be a red flag. For example, if a marketing agency promised flexible work hours and the ability to work from home during the recruitment process, but upon starting the job, you are expected to work set hours in the office and have no option for remote work, this could indicate a lack of transparency or inconsistency in the recruitment process. It is important to pay attention to these discrepancies and consider whether they align with your expectations and priorities. 7. A cluttered and messy manufacturing or distribution facility could be a sign of poor management and potentially dangerous working conditions. For example, a manufacturing facility that is cluttered and disorganized, with boxes and equipment scattered haphazardly throughout the space, may indicate a lack of concern for employee safety. It is important to pay attention to the cleanliness and organization of a company's workspace, as it can be a reflection of the company's overall management and safety practices. 8. If there is pressure to work extra hours or a culture of working late, this may indicate an unhealthy work-life balance. This happens often in startups. A startup that emphasizes the importance of working long hours and encourages employees to stay late on a regular basis may not prioritize a healthy balance between work and personal life. It is important to consider whether a company's expectations for working hours align with your personal priorities and goals. 9. If you have a gut feeling that something is not right about the company or the job, even if there are no obvious red flags, it may be worth considering this feeling and exploring any potential concerns before accepting a job. Sometimes, despite there being no clear signs of problems during the interview process or in the job description, you may still have a sense that something is off about a company. Trusting your instincts and addressing any potential concerns can help you make an informed choice about whether the company is still a good fit for you. 10. During the interview, pay attention to any statements made by the manager that don't align with the job description. For example, if the manager says the job involves a lot of travel but the job description doesn't mention it, this could be a sign of a lack of transparency or inconsistency in the recruitment process. A nondescriptively large salary range in the job description could also be a red flag for potential issues with the company's compensation practices. If you don't get a review until you ask for a raise and then suddenly your work is being questioned and you're being berated, this could be a red flag for a negative work culture or a lack of support for employees. This kind of behavior from a manager or supervisor could indicate a lack of concern for employee development and well-being, and could be a sign of a toxic work environment. We hope this information has been helpful to you as you start your job search or think about your happiness at your existing job. Remember to use your own judgment and discretion when evaluating potential employers, and don't hesitate to walk away from a job that doesn't feel right for you. That is all we have for this one. If you haven't already, subscribe and like if you enjoy up-to-date news. Have a great day, and fantastic tomorrow. Good luck out there.